Okay, we move on to our next matter, which you've already started discussion of, which is the CPE's request to us to request the Supreme Court to allow for more time and comment from stakeholders on this matter.
And President Majumdar, I wanted to let you know that Inoka Harat has joined us in the room.
Inoka Harat has joined us. Ms. Harat, we just adopted the comment as designed by CPE. I called for comments by the proponents earlier. No one was present, but that did pass. Maybe that moots the issue for you. But we have the next item agenda, which is that the Committee for Professional Ethics or Responsibility, CPE we call it, right, has urged the Board of Governors to request the Supreme Court for a reasonable extension of time to allow other parties to make comment. The chair, Don Curran, said he spoke with the proponents. I don't know who that was exactly, but maybe you were involved in that or not. And that the proponents he spoke to were opposed to that matter. And maybe at this time you would like to speak as to that as well. I think you already spoke at our general meeting about the expediency of the matter, but maybe you have a few more comments.
Sure. Thank you so much for pulling together this special meeting and taking the time to review these issues. And my apologies for being late. I thought it was 10 to 12:30. But I wanted to say that there has been time and engagement around this issue, extensive engagement actually, and because the policy and intention of the RPC has not been changed by the CPE's amendments, and because those amendments continue to do what was originally intended, we don't think that there needs to be an extension. And given the urgency of this issue, we would urge the board to vote against the extension.
Are there any more public comments on this matter? Okay, hearing none, we will return to the governors. Governor Abel, I had cut you off earlier. I think you might have gotten to speak your piece on this already, but I wanted to make sure I came back to you on this.
No, sir, I have nothing further to add. Thank you.
This is Brian. I'd like to make a comment.
Governor Peterson?
Yeah, I guess my comment is I'm a little alarmed that the prosecutors, the state prosecutors weren't or don't appear to be, informed this is going on. I think their input would be very valuable on the subject. I guess it also raises concern in my mind whether the state judges are aware of this and whether they've had an opportunity to comment. My concern is, I think the input from both of those organizations and probably others would be critical in my mind given this issue.
Thank you, Governor.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Governor Tollefson, I believe that's you.
Is there a motion? Has a motion been made?
No, there's no motion on the table.
So I'm going to move to request an extension of time for the other stakeholders to make their input. Isn't that the right motion to make?
Governor Tollefson has made a motion to adopt or to listen to CPA's request for us to make a request to the court for reasonable extension of time to allow other affected parties to make comment. And it was seconded by
Paul Swiggle.
Governor Swiggle. Any other comment on this motion?
Yeah,
this is Governor Grabicki, I believe.
Am I correct that the comment period as it stands now is through February 4?
Does someone have a technical answer to that?
It's February 3rd.
Well, it seems to me that the comment period is still open for another week or so. That's sufficient time for the prosecutors to provide their input to the court. This situation is creating daily harm around the state to people, and it's affecting lives. And as long as there's still about a week to go, that other folks other stakeholders can provide comments, I think we just ought to go with this.
Any further comment on this matter?
Yeah, this is Alex Stevens.
Governor Stevens?
And so I'm looking to General Counsel, to the Interim Executive Director, to Disciplinary Counsel, to you, Mr. President. I'm trying to understand, it would just seem to me that if we're making revisions or proposals regarding the RPCs, that there is a baseline of people who are provided the information, regardless of who the proponents are, when the comment period starts. And so I'm just trying to understand how it would be. I mean, if this is really a matter that those other parties just would not get the information from the court in their announcing that there's a comment period. Can somebody help me out with this?
That's a great question, Governor Stevens. I personally was given the information by Washington Law Enforcement Association. It was forwarded to me through my county prosecutor's office as a municipal prosecutor, but I don't know what steps have been taken. I don't know what the court does to promulgate information.
This is Tara. I would just add, I mean, ultimately this is the court's process, right? And they have their own way of distributing that information. It's not our process, although we do have a role in the process. And so we publicize these rules on our website. But I think we're actually starting a conversation about, which would be helpful to get feedback from governors on, perhaps not today, but at another time, about whether we should be more proactive in pushing those things out. And I think Doug had a comment as well.
Just by way of observation about General Rule 9, which establishes the procedure for the Supreme Court's consideration of suggested rules changes, there is a provision in GR9 as paragraph C that allows any person who's interested in rule changes to request notification of rule changes. So that's one of the ways many of us here at the Bar Association get the court's rule orders. So interested organizations that choose to proactively track rulemaking by the Supreme Court can request that notification under paragraph C, obviously their choice. Otherwise, it's just circulated. It's posted on the court's website. It's circulated through normal channels of communication among affinity groups and stakeholder organizations.
Thank you, Chief Ende.
This is Governor Stevens.
Governor Stevens.
Yeah, so I'm going to urge governors to vote against this motion. One, I believe that in the normal course, people should have received the information, should know about the information. It's interesting to me, Mr. President, that you mentioned that through the Washington Law Enforcement Association,
Might have been sheriffs or police chiefs,
sheriffs or whatever. But as I look at what the proposal is, which are actually very small changes that make a difference to the proponents, but do not upset the entire idea about what is supposed to be done in this area. I think I join with Governor Grabicki in suggesting that that unless we're actually saying the normal course has not been followed, and we're saying, I mean, the court itself, in its wisdom, decided to have an expedited review, which actually, again, should have given a number of people pause to say, oh, this is a even shorter comment period. I don't know that I need to take care, or that we need to take care of all of these other entities, almost none of whom commented to this point.
Governor Stevens, I apologize for just one moment to interrupt you. I will note for the record that our official agenda said we were going to adjourn at 12:30. We are not going to adjourn at 12:30. I'll be extending the time of this meeting under any OPA required announcement that I need to make, and I'm making such thing that we are not adjourning this meeting. The next proposed adjournment date will be 1 o'clock. Please proceed, Governor Stevens. I apologize.
No, I'm just going to urge my colleagues to vote against the motion.
Any further comment? Okay, hearing no further comment, we have a motion on the table. I will begin a roll call vote. Governor Grabicki?
No.
Governor Stevens?
No?
Governor Angelville?
No.
Governor Peterson?
Yes.
Governor Clark?
Yes.
Governor Abel?
Yes.
Governor Knight?
Yes.
Governor Tollefson?
Yes.
Governor Swagel?
Yes.
Governor Kang?
No.
I believe I heard 4 no votes and 6 yes votes. Is my count correct, Madam Executive Director?
Yes, that's what I have.
Okay. The motion passes 6-4. I will ask the Supreme Court for a reasonable extension of time to allow such affected parties, such as prosecutors, practicing lawyers employed by local, state, and federal authorities, and practicing lawyers who are also public officials, a meaningful opportunity to voice their opinions on the impact of the proposed changes. I will get that out today to the best of my ability.